better together.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
You're listening to Agawam Paranormal Radio, your paranormal pick-me-up for a spooky start to your day. I'm Caitlin, and I've missed everyone terribly, and with me as always is our founder and fearless leader, Rob.
Hey, morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
And we also have a special guest today.
Yes, we do. One of the founding members of Agawam Paranormal. One of my psychics and a very close friend, Christine Piquette, is with us today. Hi, Chris. Good morning.
Hi. Good. How are you?
Oh, we're doing great.
Oh, yeah.
It's another beautiful day in paradise here, you know?
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
There you go. So we always start off the show with talking about stuff that's been going on and what's happening. Anything big this weekend from you, Caitlin?
Oh my gosh, nothing. Thank you.
Nice and
for
restful?
asking. Yes. Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
No.
How about you, Chris? Do anything exciting this weekend?
I went down to Foxwoods.
Oh.
Yeah?
I played on their money and I walked away with $150.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's all right. That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's the
Did you head down with your mom?
I went down with my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hi.
Yeah, Mom's a sweetheart. She's
course.
been to a few of our presentations in the past. And
Yeah.
She's a trip.
Yeah. Between the two of us, sometimes we walk away with some money, so it's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good day. Yeah.
Oh, as long as you had fun. That's
That's
the
a
thing.
nice trip down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you guys do like a bus trip, or do you guys just drive down?
Oh, I drive. I'm the taxi cab service.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, I got a comfortable car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it beats going on the bus.
Yeah. No, cool. Yeah, I actually spent the weekend trying to get ready for the 350 celebration coming this weekend. We've got our public reveal from some of the historical sites in town that we investigated. And I'm to the point now where everything is done. All of the evidence has been reviewed. It's all been clipped and, everything is, ready to go. But now I'm putting it into the program. And, I'll tell you, we got so much activity and so much evidence from all 4 of these locations that we did that I'm literally picking and choosing.
Yeah, we had a ton.
I don't think I pretty much finished the first location on the program. I don't think that I got half of the evidence that we captured on site. And you both know how strict I am with the evidence.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm brutal with it. I swear sometimes you guys want to kill me.
Well, it has to be good evidence for you.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's got to, if I could even potentially possibly explain it, it doesn't, it doesn't go any further than that. But I had to cut it probably probably about 40% of what we captured on site. Actually,
So there might be a part 2.
Well,
Maybe.
no, but you know what's cool about this?
I don't know.
You know what's cool about this, though, is when we do it, because each location is going to get their own personal reveal, not a part of this. So like the different people, and I'm almost telling you exactly where we went. Yeah, I got
yelled at once for this already.
Yeah, last month.
I
nobody
got
knows
yelled at.
the 4
Really?
locations.
Yes.
By who?
Okay.
So keep that in mind. Nobody knows the 4
I'm
locations.
gonna
not
say
by him.
everything.
No, Joyce was here, and she
2 of them have been rumored.
Yeah. But yeah, each one of the actual clients gets a formal reveal, which is cool because, like I said, having only put 40% of the potential evidence into the presentation.
Knowing one of them, can I go to that one?
Yeah, actually,
The mutual one?
yeah. You well, you're going to be there that night of the thing anyway, aren't you? The
Yeah, once I
350.
break down from being, I got to do PA on the green for the Pumpkin Fest.
So what time are you finishing up that?
6. So when
So
that
we have-
finishes, I break down, then I'm heading over there.
But we
Yeah.
have one at, 1 and 1 at 8?
Yeah.
Is that what
Well,
we're
it's
doing?
the 1 o'clock is the matinee.
Right.
The evening one starts at 6 with the dinner.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
then
I
we'll
forgot about that dinner.
Yeah, and then while I'm setting up, or not while I'm setting up, while I'm doing the presentation, the team is going to be setting up the equipment. And
That's
after the presentation, they're actually going to raffle off a guest investigator spot that night. And a couple
gonna
of people
go
are
right
going to
in.
be.
I might stay for a bit, but then this weekend's going to stink for me because the next morning I have to DJ Run Stanley at Stanley Park
Yep.
at I got to set up at 8:30 in the morning.
Ouch.
It's
Ouch.
going to be a
Need you to-
busy weekend.
For real.
Yeah.
But
There's
this will
so
be
much
worth
going on.
it.
So much going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm excited.
yeah, I am too.
You guys know
excited.
that while you're after the matinee, you can walk over to the farmer's market and
Yep.
buy stuff, right?
Oh, yeah?
Because
There's
there's a
tons of
farmer's,
stuff.
Oh,
going
we're
there's a
gonna-
farmer's market a half a block down the road.
I'm going.
We're
There's tons
actu-
of stuff.
We're actually sharing a booth with a 350 right in front of the women's club. So we're going to be there. Joyce wanted us to be there for
Sure.
a meet and greet sort of a deal.
Yep.
And so we're going to be, Pete, that just cracks me
It's
up.
going to be and it's going to, the weather looks nice right now.
Oh, it's going to be, yeah, I saw that too.
Mid 50s and 10% chance of a shower. That's nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
And then we've got next Friday, the sold-out Storlton Village reveal.
Yes.
I-
Oh, my gosh.
Pete, I don't know if you followed that at all on Facebook. I was having kittens with this program. They put it up there.
Well, I remember talking to you about your past investigations over there.
Yeah, well, we did the Village. We were the only team that's ever been allowed and invited onto the Big E, period.
Right, yep.
So when we did the Village, they did it with an eye towards a public reveal. It's an event for the for Storlton Village.
Fundraiser,
Well, that's on the 19th. And I was having kittens because they put this as an event on Facebook. They had over 3,500 people interested in going.
Yep.
I'm like, where are you going to put me if you get even half of that?
Coliseum.
Yeah, well, that's it.
The Storton Coliseum.
How big a video screen can you rent?
Exactly.
There you go.
So I'm kind of chuckling. I said to Hope, my wife, I said, if they're going to put me on that big stage in the back, I said, I want an opening act. And, so she started cracking up about that. But they ended up, they kept their original idea. They're doing it in the meeting house, the church, and they limited it to 150 tickets. And that sold out so quickly.
Yep.
And I've actually got people messaging me on Facebook that are mad at me. I'm like, oh, yeah, I had nothing to do with that.
So that's Storlton's decision.
I'm like,
Right,
yeah.
exactly,
It's like,
exactly.
well, it's sold out. How can I get tickets? I'm like, there were 2 people that were saying they had bought tickets, but they couldn't go now. So they were looking to get rid of them, sell them. I don't know if that's legit or not. I definitely
maybe
question.
notify Storatown so they can put the next 2 people that they have in line.
Something,
That'd be the more fair thing.
Something, but
I'll buy them. I forgot to buy tickets.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's coming up on the 19th, but
I'll cover it.
I guess I'll be there.
I'll cover it.
Well, if I can share, when I first joined the group 7 years ago, I had told Rob about Storalton. So I was the one.
The tavern.
Yeah.
You're talking about the tavern.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had gone there years ago and I was able to see the spirits. So when I first joined with Rob, I said, we've got to investigate Storalton.
Yeah, I remember that.
Nice.
That's what I said to you. Go ahead, make it happen.
Yeah.
Sure enough, you did.
I did. I called the owner.
Yep. So that was always pretty good. So, Pete, were you able to find that little nugget for me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Unfortunately.
I know it's not your favorite. So I've got a very close friend of mine, Joy Holhut, who kind of going through a little bit of a tough time right now. She's an awesome person, valued member of my team. She's one of the senior investigators and all that. But she lost her husband a few years back, and her 25th anniversary just came around, and it's a very brutal time for her. She misses her husband, Ron, terribly. I never had the pleasure of meeting the man. Wish I had, because everything I've heard about him, he was a great guy. So just to try and put a little bit of a smile on her face and to get this little tune stuck in everybody else's head, hit it, Pete. Let's do it.
Ping pong.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
We love you, Joy.
Joy, that was for you, honey. Oh, man,
I
that's
have
awesome.
never heard that song
Right?
before.
Hopefully I'll never hear it again.
Yep.
Hopefully I'll never hear
It was a lot. It was a lot to take in, a lot to absorb.
Well,
musically.
Joy actually set me wise to there's this couple, I guess they're out of England, and they're always pranking each other. I mean, like sometimes brutally. And they were doing this Baby Shark thing for a while. So every time they would do something Baby Shark, I would put it on Facebook with Joy's name on it.
Yep, I've seen that.
Yeah, I just kept burying her with these things. And then Liette from the team, one of my leads, she thought it was the funniest thing. So she started doing the same thing to
my
Joy,
God.
burying her with that. But it's Rebecca or something like that is the name of the couple. I guess that's her name. I don't remember what his name is. But one of the things that they just did was called the Korean Noodle Challenge. It's basically these ramen noodles that have like super spicy. They're like it's on the the Scoville.
Yes.
Scoville scale for pepper strength.
Right.
The strength of these ramen noodles is 8,808.
Really?
Oh my God.
And
Wow.
I'm watching them, and it's funny because, and I got to get one of the team. I got to get one of us to do this.
I'll do it. I'm already telling you. I'll do it.
I watched the video that they put on Facebook, and they're eating this, and she doesn't like spicy.
Oh,
She's
no.
like crying. It's like so hot for her. But she's like, it tastes so good.
Yeah?
It's just wicked
Yeah,
hot.
I don't mind. I don't mind spice for if it's got flavor. I
Of
don't. Mind, I
course.
hate spice just for
Yeah.
watch me sweat. No.
Yep. Well, according to
Exactly.
her, this does taste good.
My brother-in-law, my brother's brother-in-law is growing spicy peppers, and one of them goes, "I'm not sure what this is." We tried it. We're like, like a little sliver. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I do love spicy.
So needless to say, I did go on eBay immediately after watching
No.
that, and I ordered 2 packages.
No, you did not.
I'm thinking it's like like ramen. You get like a 5 or a 6 pack. Yeah, exactly. So I think I know I got 2 of those.
Okay, all right.
And so yeah, we're gonna videotape you and I maybe.
All right.
Eating those
that.
and seeing the reactions.
All right,
there.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So that's really thanks to Joy that I'm doing this.
Yes, thank you,
Indirectly.
Joy.
Yes. So,
Thanks
but
for
listen,
that.
on that, let's break into our first official song. And this is Coldplay Clocks, and you're listening to Agawam Paranormal Radio.
Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim against brought me down upon my knees. Oh, I beg and plead, singing, come out of things unsaid. Shoot an apple off my head and a trouble that can't be named. A tiger's waiting to be tamed, singing. Confusion never stops, closing walls and ticking clocks. Gonna come back and take you home. I could not stop, but you now know, singing, come out upon my seas. Curse me, stop opportunities. Am I a part of the cure, or am I part of the disease? Singing.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Good morning, everybody. This is Rob from Agawam Paranormal, and you are listening to Agawam Paranormal Radio on WSKB 89.5. We've got with us today is my guest is Chris Paquette, who's one of my psychics on Agawam Paranormal. And good morning again, Chris.
Good
it's
morning.
Great to have you here.
I'm so excited.
Nice, yeah. Now, Chris, you're actually an alumni from here. You came.
I am. I have my first bachelor's in business from 1986, and then I have a second bachelor's in English and my master's in English in 2011.
Nice.
So
nice.
I love this school.
Yeah.
Great education.
Yeah, great. Now we've also got the 350 coming up. We've been talking a lot about that. Bless you, I think.
I don't know.
Okay, we're not sure. The Westfield 350 is a celebration, obviously, the 350th anniversary of the town of Westfield. And we were approached about a year and a half ago and asked if, as a team, if I'd be interested in investigating local historical spots and doing basically what's a public reveal and kind of highlighting and showing the history of each location, portions of the actual investigation, and then the potential evidence. And we did do 4 different historical sites in town, and it's all being kind
There's
of...
been debate on that. People were telling me, "Oh no, it's only 3." Patrick,
No, it's 4.
3. I was like, I thought it was 4.
It's
It is 4.
It always was 4, and then somebody said, "No, I think it's 5," and I'm like, "Oh,
Nope.
there's all
Oh my
kinds
God.
of
Yeah, there's
all
all
kinds of
kinds.
confusion."
Right?
Patrick dead set last night. 3. I said, "No, it's 4."
It is. It's 4.
Debate
Yeah.
ended.
Yep, that's it.
I got an inside track on this one.
Right?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Well, you had an open invite to go to all of them.
Yeah, my
but your
schedule's
schedule was
never
crazy.
worked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have got to join us one night.
I
Oh, yeah.
may stay
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh yeah, Pete's gonna
Good.
he'll be out with us.
Oh, good. Good.
So I think I know you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Everybody that gets to go out and experience this, it's nothing like what you expect it to be.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like what you see on TV. TV is all about the drama.
Mm-hmm.
But what's really cool, and honestly, you spend most of the night waiting for something to happen.
I'll drag you to a rocket launch, so there's no waiting.
Yeah.
Unless they scrub. Then there's
Ooh,
all kinds of
yeah,
waiting.
yeah.
But I liken ghost hunting to the game of golf. If you've ever played golf,
I'm horrible at it, so anyways.
well, that's good. That actually works with this analogy. You may suck the entire game, but you get that one awesome shot, and that makes you come back. When you're ghost hunting, you sit there waiting and waiting and waiting, and then something happens. The flashlight turns on with nobody near it. The equipment starts going crazy. There's something that all of a sudden is that one awesome shot in golf, and it keeps you hooked, and it keeps you coming back. And we've got, and you'll see this again firsthand, we've got so much equipment that, there's different pieces that seem to work. And what's really cool is that the spirit energy for each location seems to pick its own equipment that it likes to react with. We may go to location A, and we have like the electrostatic meter will go nuts. Now, this is a meter that instead of reading EMF or electromagnetic fields, it actually reads static electricity. And it looks, we call it a cattle prod. It's got a V on the top of it, and each finger of the V lights up a different color. One's green and one's red. What's cool about this, and this is a handheld unit, when we used this in Storlton Village, we were in the Potter Mansion, and they were upstairs, and we were getting activity from, we believe it was Mr. Potter. And
Excuse me.
Yeah. And they were using this device, and it seemed like he was bringing us to a specific location. And that's what they were asking. Do you have something you want to show us? And they let this device lead them into his personal library to a specific book. And then it lit up on both sides. And what we had no knowledge of this. We're looking at this book. The people that were there with us that worked there, the volunteers, they were like, that's his personal book. It was his favorite book in his library. And his meter brought us right to it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of interaction with a piece of equipment is really cool.
Yep.
But again, some spirits like that thing. Some people, some of them like the K2 meters, which is an EMF meter. It's all across the board. You never know, investigation to investigation, what piece of equipment's going to be the one that's going to work best.
Right.
And that's why we bring so many different pieces on an investigation. So, but we've got this 350. And like I said in a previous segment, I am being so strict on what I'm putting in there because this program, if I put everything in there, would be 4 hours long. And obviously, I've got like a 90-minute give or take for presentation time. I don't really want to exceed that grotesquely. But there's just so much stuff that we captured. And, it just goes to show you don't know what's in your own backyard. And the first location, I'm not going to tell you where it was. The first location, when I did the interview, now the interview usually takes about an hour and a half when I'm sitting down with the client. That's where I'm getting their stories. What's going on in the location? What's happening? What have they experienced?
What have they seen? Yeah.
Exactly. This interview took 10 minutes. There was no activity. The only reason that this place was open to us was because it was historic.
Yep.
So when we went in there for the first night, I really had minimalistic expectations.
Yeah, exactly.
The equipment went nuts. I mean, I couldn't believe how much activity we were getting.
Yeah, but there's people that are tone deaf to stuff like that.
Yeah, and
they really are.
Maybe that's
absolutely.
Maybe that's a big part of it. But we actually, when I was talking to my people after the second night, I was like, what's your feeling on this? Shoot from the hip. Who do you think it is that might be there? They do think that there's some residual, because I didn't have a psychic available for either visit. They did think that there was some residual energy, which is just an imprint. But they also think that the owner, his father, is still there. And he was interactive in a lot of ways. And so it was kind of interesting because, again, you haven't been out with us, but the client is always with us.
Yep.
And
to give some perspective to things.
Well, yeah. Plus, I mean,
context.
Well, consider this. I mean, if we're doing a residential case, for example, and we hear a grumbling noise, I might waste 20 minutes trying to find it, whereas if it's your house, you would tell me, no, Bobby, that's just the ice maker. It's old. It does that.
Mm-hmm.
So the clients are what I refer to as site-specific experts. They have forgotten more about their location than I will ever know.
Right.
So that's an asset. That's a huge asset during an investigation.
Yeah, you rule out stuff quickly.
Exactly. And, because I've only got so much time on site. So that's a very important aspect of it. And in this particular case, like I said, there was a lot of activity that was not expected.
Absolutely.
We got video, we got audio. I did get one audio clip that's part of the program and a boatload of photos. And so, yeah, this program's coming together nicely.
Absolutely. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I definitely recommend if you haven't gotten your tickets. I know you can see Joyce Peregrine. She's over at the Athenaeum. If you really, really want to see this,
and they really need to get the dinner count early so they can get the right amount.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you really want to see this, because of the experience with Storlton Village selling out, I really strongly recommend you get them before the Pumpkin Fest. This way here, you got your seats.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, your tickets in hand, nobody can take that away from you. They are going to sell them, however, at the Pumpkin Fest. The 350 committee is going to have a couple of tables set up in front of the women's club. And matter of fact, we're going to be sharing one of those tables. So you can do
walk-ups for the 1 o'clock.
Right.
And for the dinner, I believe. As far as I know, you can do both.
If it's available, I think, then yes.
Yeah, but I'm not, again, I may be wrong with that. But as far as I know, from my understanding, you can get tickets for either presentation right there at the booth. And it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you missed out on Storlton, by all means, come out and check out Westfield. It's gonna be incredible.
Absolutely.
So let's we're gonna move in. I
think you can buy tickets online at the Westfield350.org website.
Oh, can you? I didn't know that.
I believe you can. Yeah.
Check that out. Definitely. All right. She's got it up on
I've
her
already got
smartphone. She's buying her ticket as we speak. So, all right, we're going to go into, it's 8:32, so we're time for another song. This is the Disturbed version of Sounds of Silence, and again, you're listening to Agawam Paranormal Radio.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out his warning, and the words that it was forming, and the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, in tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8255 8646. Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. Ken's Den, Tuesday, 8 to 10. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Welcome back to Agawam Paranormal Radio. It is, 8:35 a.m., 36, quick change. And we're here again with myself, Rob, and our special guest, Chris, who we're going to talk to a little bit about her role on our team.
Take it away, Christine. What do you do with Agawam Paranormal? What's your spot?
I'm the psychic medium for the group. I first joined 7 years back. It was actually funny. Rob met a friend of mine, and he said, I've got this paranormal group, and I'm looking for a psychic. And my friend said, have I got the person for you?
That's
true. Exactly how it happened.
Yep.
And then I met Rob and his wife, Hope, instantly clicked, and we started working together.
Yeah, I mean, that really was that quick. I mean, it was that simple. And then, we became close, and I always jokingly said that you were the sister that I never wanted, and I would have buried in the backyard. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
It's a dark team, you know.
But now, you've had some interesting developments, too, in your life.
Yeah.
I know, again, we touched on it. You were alumni from here.
Yep.
You actually are now a published author.
Yes.
Congratulations on
congratulations.
that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Your first book is out.
I just published my first book. It's on Amazon. It's called Look Behind the Mantle. And it's basically a story of a girl who's a psychic medium and all of her adventures. And the majority of them have actually happened to me.
Yeah, you actually. I've read the book, and I thought it was. I enjoyed it, and I was reading it, and I'm like, okay, now I know the case that you were talking about, and it was actually really funny reading.
Bill.
Yeah, with Bill.
Yeah.
That for me kind of immediately put a smile on my face. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you and I worked that case. Yeah. You and I worked that case together.
Yeah.
And that was.
And I put in there Arch Moved.
Yes.
Yeah.
What Chris is talking about was when we do the psychic walkthrough, Chris or one of the other psychics will actually come with, usually me, and they go through and they give me their impressions on and intuitions on the location. And I've got a voice recorder recording and all this stuff. Well, in this particular case, we were at a residential case. I was in Agawam, and we were upstairs in one of the bedrooms, and the client's husband and wife, they had inherited the house. Her father had passed away about 6 months prior. He actually passed away in the house. And she was always, growing up, afraid of her own bedroom.
Right.
And so they were remodeling. They were living in Springfield at the time. They had a house in Springfield. And so they weren't living here yet. And it was kind of amusing to me because they kept wanting to hand me the keys to the house. It's like, here, come over whenever. I'm like, no, I don't want the keys to your house. So when we did Chris's walkthrough, it was just Chris and I.
Yep.
They came in, let us in, and then they left for about an hour to give us the time to do our thing. And we're upstairs in the client's old bedroom. I'm standing pretty close to the center of the room. Chris is sitting in a
rocking
beautiful
chair.
rocking chair. Yeah, hardwood rocking chair that was about 3 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
And
I was channeling with Bill. And
Bill was the name of the spirit that we believe was there.
Bill was the name of the spirit. And he had died in the house 50 years earlier. And we couldn't prove it because we couldn't find him.
Yeah, he was a tenant.
He was a tenant in the house.
Not an owner, we believe.
Yeah, and after he died, he became attached to the little girl.
Yep, kind of like a guardian sort of a thing. But what was interesting was that while you were doing your psychic walkthrough and sitting there and channeling, we were asking, give us a sign, let us know that you're here. Well, there was about a 40-pound piece of hardwood furniture. It was an old mantelpiece from a fireplace that at the time I had no idea why it was in this room. It was just leaning up against the wall. But it was actually the headboard for the master bed, the master bedroom. And this thing slid across the floor about 6 inches right behind me.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And it was
We both heard boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I mean, it was the vibration was so strong. I mean, it went right up through my sneakers, and it was really a cool experience. Take into account we're in a dark room. It's only the two of us in this house.
The house.
And this furniture starts moving behind me. It was awesome. Now, keep in mind, we also had the recording going, so we got this on audio. And if you go to any of the library programs, this is one of the audios that I play.
Yep.
And shortly after this, now we kind of got our composure back because we were both very startled by it. And we were asking, was that you? What did you do? And you can hear a voice on a recording says, Arch moved. And I've got a very distinct voice, I'm told.
Yeah.
It was a guy's voice, and it was only
wasn't
Chris and I
yeah.
in the house.
Yeah.
And there was also another part when we were asking, was that you that moved this and made us jump? And then you could hear a guy's voice in the background chuckling. And it was really cool. It was an awesome experience.
Yeah.
And people always ask, what's the scariest thing you've ever had happen during an investigation? And I think you would agree with me, Chris and Caitlin. I mean, I've never been afraid on an investigation. I've been startled a few times.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was probably the biggest startle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't expect that.
No.
You're in a dark room, and I'm looking at you. You and I are looking at each other. And all of a sudden, and it's like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And you hear that, obviously, in the recording, and it was an amusing.
Yeah, that wood on wood sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep. But being a 40-pound piece of furniture, it was like unbelievable. So that was pretty cool. You're right. That's the experience that you relate in your book.
In my book.
And so that was a pretty cool case for you to reference indirectly like that,
Yep.
changing the names, of course.
Yeah.
To protect the innocent, or in this case, not so much.
Guilty.
Guilty. Yeah,
We're all looking at you, Rob.
yeah, everybody always looks at me when the word guilty comes up. I don't know why. But, I mean, we're looking forward to having you because I know you're going to be with me on the night of the
Wednesday.
350. So that's this coming Saturday.
Oh,
so
Saturday.
Whichever day.
I'm really curious to see what you pick up there. The difference on this particular investigation is that because of the two reveals prior to, you are going to know everything about the site. There's no way I can keep you blind.
Yeah.
Short of duct taping you into the corner. I mean, that's not going to happen.
Usually, Rob doesn't tell me anything about the location prior to. That way, no one can say that I did the research.
Exactly.
And when I go in, I'll give names. I give approximate dates.
Yep.
Everything matches. So Rob knows that I'm legit.
And and I know, again, I mean, you and I have a history together. I know that you have a gift. There's no doubt in my mind whatsoever. So I'll be curious to see what your intuitions tell you, that night. And because I've got, when we were there on 3 separate occasions, people that weren't psychic were having experiences.
Really?
So I'm curious to see with
What I'll get.
your ability,
Yeah.
what that's going to open for a door.
Okay,
And
good.
so I'm really excited about that, to
I
be
am
honest
too.
with you. That's going to be awesome. I am so
too.
stoked on that.
Yeah. So.
And we're already, I've mentioned this before, our final, because we don't go out between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Our final investigation date is, I want to say, November 10th for this year. That was actually booked before the end of January.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm already getting cases
For next
year.
Yeah.
We've got 4 brand new residential cases that I can't touch this year.
Okay.
And fortunately, they're not what I call emergency cases where people are terrified and there's kids involved.
Right. Right.
This is, these are cases that are local that, hey, something's happening. It's not scaring me, but I'd like to know what it is. Can
Right.
you help?
Right.
And fortunately, all of them are in that category. So we're already booking big time for next year. So good stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, listen, it is 8:46 according to the Mickey Mouse clock. And one of the things that I always had on our previous show was the Floyd fix. Pink Floyd, my all-time favorite band. I always manage to get a song in there for each show. And Pete, this is not the Tom Petty version. The last time we played that, we had to play it twice. This is Pink Floyd with Learning to Fly, and you're listening to Agawam Paranormal Radio.
thoughts. How can I escape its irresistible grasp? Can't keep my eyes from the circling sky. Tongue-tied and twisted, just an earthbound distant eye. Isis for me on the tips of my wings. Unneeded warnings. I thought of everything. No navigator to find my way home. Unladen, empty, and turned to stone. The sole intention, learning to fly. Condition grounded, but determined to try. Gotta keep my eyes from the circling skies. Tongue-tied and twisted, just an earthbound distant eye.
Set. Mixtures rich. Colors flaps set. Temporary. Pages and suction check. Transformers set. Recheck. Check set.
Across the clouds I see my shadow fly. Curve the corner of my water river. I dream unfriended by the morning light. Could blow this soul right through the roof of the night. There's no sensation to compare with this. Suspended animation, state of bliss. Can't keep my mind from the circling sky. Tongue-tied and twisted, just an earthbound distant eye.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Commercial Distributing Company of Westfield. Now in its third generation of family ownership, Commercial is one of the premier beverage distributors of Western Massachusetts. The Plasek family and the staff of Commercial Distributing wishes you good times throughout the year and urges you to drink responsibly. Underwriting for community radio is provided by the YMCA of Greater Westfield. Every day the YMCA strengthens the community through programs and services focused on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. For all the Y's many programs and services, visit us on the web at www.westfieldymca.org. The YMCA, 67 Court Street in downtown Westfield. We're more than a gym. We're a cause. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. That's what you'll find on Ken's Den, Tuesdays from 8 till 10.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Welcome back to Agawam Paranormal Radio. Thank you for joining us today, and we've been speaking with Christine Paquette. Thank you very much for joining us as well.
Thank you.
So we are just about, 10 minutes away from the end. I think we're going to talk a little bit about Pumpkin Fest this weekend.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I've never attended that.
I'm super excited. I'm looking at some of the events they're going to have. I'm extra excited about the Haunted Gaslight Alley at Blue Umbrella Books.
Oh, we'll have to check that out. I didn't see that.
I'm excited. I see food, which is always huge. And, of course, we'll be there with the 350 over by the Women's Club.
Yeah, I believe our table's right in front of the Women's Club. So.
And if you want to buy tickets to have dinner with us. Or,
Yeah.
I've been eating a bacon, egg, and cheese this whole time, so you guys can attest to whether eating with me is worth the money.
I would pay $35 for that.
I
mean, that's just me,
yeah.
though.
It went really well, so I agree.
Nice.
But come on by anytime.
You can just stop in and say hi.
Caitlin, I love your voice when you're doing
you.
this. It's so
oh my
nice.
gosh.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
Appreciate it.
way.
She's very popular with the male audience.
There you go. I wonder why.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
But,
Terrible.
I know. It's a tough crowd today. But yeah, I do want to thank Chris for coming out and braving these elements, so to speak,
Oh my gosh,
and joining us.
Yeah.
And also definitely was great hearing you talking about your book.
Yep.
And why don't you just refresh, what was the name of the book and where can they find it?
Okay, it's on Amazon, and the title is Look Behind the Mantle. And it's basically a story of a young girl who's a psychic medium and her adventures, and a child is abducted, and does she want to get involved?
Yeah.
Is the question.
Nice.
But she would have to come out publicly.
Right.
And when I was young, that was something I didn't want to do.
Right.
Because you don't want to be looked at as different.
Sure.
No, it's obviously an unusual,
Right.
situation.
Right. And now I'm like, hey, if people believe me, great. If they don't, whatever.
And the thing, too, that I thought was pretty cool, and again, it's kind of applies and doesn't apply, but I thought it was great that it was $2.99. It's not a huge expense.
No. Nope.
It's not a $20 book or anything like that, and, it's $2.99. It's a very easy read.
It's only 106 pages, so it's an easy read.
Yep.
And all of the things that happened to her have happened to me. Those are actual events.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice. Definitely check it out.
And I'm working on book number 2.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this is you definitely ended it open there for a series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely check it out. It's worth the effort.
Yep.
Like I said, nice and easy read and interesting subject matter definitely on
Absolutely.
that. And so definitely thank you for coming out and sharing all
Thank
that
you for
with us
having
today.
me.
Oh my gosh,
And,
thank you.
we'll definitely be looking at that. Now, I was talking to Pete, our producer, between when all the music was playing, so off air, and just found out that looks like we are going to be coming back on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to
Fifth Wednesday.
Fifth Wednesday. We're going to be doing an extra Agawam Paranormal Radio presentation that day from 8 to 10. So we'll see what Halloween hijinks we can come up with for that.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll
some of
try.
the extras, you can bring in some of the extra stuff you didn't have time for the
An
presentation.
exclusive?
Ooh. I'll have to look and see what we got
Extras.
for audio. Yeah, because obviously the photographs won't work, and
I can put them up on channel 15. As long as I get them in advance, I can put them in Wirecast.
Yeah, I can just hold them above my head while we talk.
No, I can actually put them on full screen.
I'd prefer to just hold them above my head. Thank you, though.
Okay.
now you see what I have to deal with. You feeling my pain?
Send them to me in advance. She'll be off screen. She can hold them up all she wants.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's
You're
really
welcome.
nice of you. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'll bring some stuff with me. I'll talk to you about it beforehand. We'll see what we can do with some of the clips and everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
And, so that's it's definitely an option there. So looking forward. I'll see you on Halloween. That'd be great. And of all days, to have the extra Wednesday, for ghost hunters.
Jeez, it worked out.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to beat that.
Absolutely.
So, and I know we've got this month, I've got a ton of speaking engagements. If you go onto the website, which is just agawam.paranormal.com, you can see all the different libraries that we're going to be doing. And these programs, by the way, are all free of charge.
Yep.
So you can come and enjoy it. We are actually doing a private presentation right here on Westfield State, November 1st. And that's going to be open to the student body and I guess their parents, that sort of family.
All
sort
Souls
of deal.
Day.
All Souls Day.
Yep. And I know that our next regular show, which is again the second Wednesday of the month in November, Ryan Begin is going to be joining us. He's one of the student coordinators here on campus, and he's the one that actually approached me and asked me if I would be willing to come out and do this. And so I want to have Ryan's perspective on kind of like
how it went.
Yeah, the after action report. You know,
It's
what was the
just,
feedback that he got from the student body? You know, was this something that they enjoyed? Was this something they found hokey? You know, or you know what? Let me know. You know, and so Ryan's going to be with us, scheduled to be with us that Wednesday, and looking forward to it. I think that's really just about everything that we had for you folks today.
Absolutely.
I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to give another shout out to Chris's mom.
What's up, Chris's mom?
I know you're listening, honey. I know you're out there.
Hi, Mom.
So, everybody have a great day. I'm going to leave you with this final song. This is the Spencer Davis Group with "Give Me Some Lovin'," and you've been listening to Agawam Paranormal Radio. Take care now.
Support for the community